You know how it is. The marketing world, it just never stops moving, does it? New strategies popping up, customers changing their minds.
Constantly, yeah. And trying to keep up, let alone get ahead, without just drowning in theory books, that's tough.
Exactly. You want practical stuff, things you can actually use, but finding the time is, well, tricky.
And that's precisely why we're diving into Jim Blythe's 100 Great Marketing Ideas today. What I love about this book, right, is it's not academic theory.
No, not at all.
It's all about real-world examples, stuff companies actually did, and it worked. It's like a highlights reel of smart marketing moves.
It really is. So whether you're, say, a small business owner, maybe you're on a marketing team looking for that next idea, or maybe you just find this stuff fascinating,
Uh-huh.
this deep dive is definitely for you. Our mission, really, is to pull out those clever, surprising little nuggets from Blythe's book.
Yeah, the adaptable ones.
Yeah, the ones that can genuinely help you connect better, understand customer needs, and, ultimately build those profitable exchanges.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's jump in. First idea up, and it kind of goes against the grain sometimes. Have some fun.
Right. Blythe's point here is about injecting actual enjoyment into your marketing. It sounds simple, but think about it. When people have a genuinely good time, a positive experience linked to your brand, they talk about it. They want to share it.
Yeah, that makes sense. You remember things that make you smile or laugh.
Exactly. And that positive feeling, that emotional connection that sticks around long after the actual event or campaign is over.
And he also mentioned something about having a physical takeaway, right?
Yeah.
Not just the fun moment itself,
Yes, precisely. A tangible reminder. Something people can actually hold on to.
like a cool giveaway or a memento.
Yeah, something like that. It keeps that positive vibe going, reminds them of the brand subtly. People keep those things, show them off even.
But there's a catch, isn't there? A warning.
Oh, definitely. Blythe is very clear. The fun has to fit your brand. If you're a super serious financial institution, maybe a wacky, hilarious campaign isn't the right move.
Right. Could just confuse people or feel off.
Exactly. It needs to align. Okay, so moving from fun to maybe intrigue. Idea number 4, tease your customers.
Ah. Okay. So in this world where we're just swamped with ads everywhere, how do you even get noticed? Shouting louder doesn't always work.
It rarely does, actually. Blythe's idea here is about sparking curiosity instead,
Mm.
intriguing people rather than just blasting them with information.
Making them lean in a bit.
Precisely. And he gives this fantastic example, though it's quite old now.
Oh, the Metropolitan Life one with the penny. I love that story.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Mhm.
So this is back in the 1920s. Imagine getting a letter and it feels a bit heavier
Okay.
because they'd actually glued a real, genuine 1-cent piece to the letter inside.
No way. Just stuck it on there?
Yep. Instantly makes you curious, right? You have to open it to see what's going on.
Definitely.
And the letter wasn't some hard sell. It explained, quite soberly actually, how saving just that 1 cent a day could grow significantly thanks to compound interest.
Clever. So the penny wasn't just a gimmick, it illustrated the point.
Exactly. It was tangible proof of the concept. And it also taps into that reciprocity thing. Someone gives you even a tiny gift.
Do you feel a bit obligated or at least more open to listening?
Right. You're more inclined to pay attention, maybe even do business with them. And Blythe points out that 1 cent back then, its modern value is closer to like 50p.
Wow, that's quite a bit, actually. Makes you think. Maybe a small, unexpected bit of real value could work today, too, instead of just another branded pen.
Could well do. The takeaways Blythe offers are pretty clear. Make the gift worthwhile, like actual money. Don't be cheap about it.
Uh-huh.
And explain the benefits clearly, simply, without all the hype.
Interesting. So are you mostly just broadcasting? Or could you maybe weave in a bit of intrigue, a small gift perhaps? Something to think about?
Definitely food for thought.
Okay, let's switch gears pretty dramatically. This next one sounds risky. Threaten to withdraw the product.
Huh. Yeah, it does sound like playing with fire, doesn't it? And Blythe absolutely stresses this is not for every situation. It's very specific.
Okay, so when would you even consider this?
The classic case study he uses is Heinz salad cream.
Ah, I remember that. They said they might stop making it and people went crazy.
Totally crazy. Huge public outcry, loads of media coverage. People suddenly realized how much they actually liked this everyday product. It became a whole thing.
So what happened? Did sales just shoot up?
Massively. They obviously reversed the decision, sales soared, and Heinz even ended up investing more in the brand afterwards.
Wow. So the threat itself created demand.
Exactly. The fear of loss was the trigger. But again, Blythe warns, This only works for really well-known, iconic brands, things people already have an emotional connection to.
Right, and you need the media to pick it up to amplify it.
Absolutely essential. And then you need to follow up fast with proper advertising to capitalize on that renewed interest. You can't just, leave it hanging.
Yeah, good point. And there's a risk people might feel tricked, I suppose.
Big risk. If it feels like a cynical ploy, it can backfire badly. He also notes Heinz cleverly started promoting new uses for salad cream, too, to keep the momentum going. So, yeah, powerful but tricky. Definitely not for a new product launch.
Understood. Okay, something perhaps a bit more generally applicable.
Mm.
Idea 13. Use promotional gifts that really promote.
Right, we all get those freebies, the pens, the key rings. Blythe questions how much long-term loyalty they actually build.
Yeah, do they really? Maybe a short sales bump.
Often just that. People might stock up during a promotion, but then they just go back to their usual brand. Or switch temporarily for a deal. Doesn't build real loyalty.
So how do you make a promo gift actually work for you long term?
Well, the example he uses is a company called Goldwell, German hair care firm trying to break into the UK market.
Against big established players, I imagine.
Exactly, big budgets against them. So they did something different. They sold directly to hairdressing salons out of transit vans.
Okay, interesting model. Instant delivery.
Yeah. But the promotion was the really clever bit. When a salon bought their usual Goldwell products, instead of just giving them more of the same for free, Goldwell gave them free boxes of different Goldwell products, stuff the salon wasn't currently using.
Oh, that is clever.
Yeah.
So it forces trial almost.
Precisely. Even if the salon owner was hesitant, eventually they'd run out of their usual stuff and try the free Goldwell product.
And then maybe they'd like it.
And order it next time. It created this natural cycle of trying and adopting new things within the Goldwell range.
That makes so much sense.
Blythe says this works particularly well in B2B, especially if the buyer, like the salon owner, is also close to the end user, the stylist.
Right, and you need to be generous with the free stuff, presumably.
Yeah, enough for them to really try it out properly. It's not just a token gesture, it's a strategic sampling program built into the promotion.
Smart. Okay, from smart gifts to maybe grabbing attention in a more loud way. Idea 18, have a startling brand.
Yeah, back to cutting through the noise again. Blythe reckons loads of businesses just pick bland names, someone's surname or something generic.
They just blend in.
Totally. Especially when everyone else is trying for short, memorable, catchy names. How do you stand out?
So his example is controversial.
Definitely. FCUK, French Connection United Kingdom.
Ah, yes. That certainly got noticed.
Massively noticed. Provocative, edgy, exactly what they wanted. Generated huge buzz, especially with younger people. Brand recognition went through the roof.
But risky, surely. Didn't they get banned in some places? Cause offense?
Oh, absolutely. There were complaints, bans. Blythe acknowledges the risks, but he also points out the massive reward in terms of just getting noticed and remembered.
So what's the advice then? Just be shocking.
Not quite. He suggests trying to be funny as well as startling if possible, but crucially, don't go too far. Know where the line is.
Tricky line to find sometimes.
Very. And maybe linking the startling bit back to the actual company name, like French Connection did, offers a tiny bit of cover. But he does say, look, this kind of approach usually works better for younger audiences, maybe not for, say, selling insurance.
Right. Context is everything. Okay, let's shift to something maybe a bit more subtle again. Idea 23. Bait the hook.
This one's about how getting someone to buy one thing can naturally lead them to buy other things from you.
Okay, makes sense. Like loss leaders.
Sort of, but maybe more subtle. It's about giving a little nudge, offering something complimentary that encourages broader purchasing.
And the example here is Waitrose, the supermarket.
Yeah, Waitrose offering free glass hire for parties.
Oh, right. I think I've heard of that. You borrow glasses for free.
Exactly. Planning a party, they'll lend you wine glasses, tumblers, whatever, totally free. Just bring them back clean. They charge for breakages, but that's it.
So where's the profit? How's that a hook?
Well, think about it. If you're already going to Waitrose to pick up the free glasses for your party.
You're probably going to buy the wine there too. And the snacks. And the napkins.
Precisely. It makes them the easy, one-stop shop for everything party-related. The glasses are the bait, the higher margin wine, food, and other supplies are the catch.
Clever. Pretty low cost for them, high convenience for the customer.
Exactly. Blythe's takeaways are key here. Keep the offer simple, no hidden strings. You have to accept a few people might abuse it slightly.
Okay.
Make sure the free thing clearly links to stuff you actually make money on. and be reasonably confident you'll get the loan stuff back or factor in the potential loss.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are there any little freebies or services we could offer that would make people naturally buy more of our main stuff?
Good question to ask. Okay, next one also feels a bit odd at first glance. Idea 28. Set the price, even on things you are giving away.
Why'd you do that? Put a price on something free.
Blythe points out this funny human quirk. We tend not to value things we get for free.
Yeah, I guess that's true sometimes. Free can sometimes mean cheap or not worth much.
Exactly. He tells a story about someone literally trying to give away money on the street and people being suspicious, thinking it was a scam.
Huh. Okay, so how does this work in marketing? Like with free newsletters or magazines?
Precisely. Lots of organizations send out free publications, right? But they know a lot probably goes straight in the bin unread.
Yeah, sadly.
So putting a cover price on it, even though it's distributed free, does two things. First, it gives an immediate impression of quality. This isn't just junk mail. It has a value.
Okay, perceived value.
And second, it tells the recipient, hey, you're getting something worthwhile here, something other people might pay for.
Right. And the example is the Marketer magazine from the Chartered Institute of Marketing.
Yeah. Free to members, but it has like a 10-pound cover price printed on it.
So for members, it reinforces the value of their subscription, like, look what you get for your fees.
That's part of it. But more generally, Blythe argues that price tag just makes people perceive the magazine as more valuable. And if you think it's valuable,
You're more likely to actually read it.
exactly, boosts engagement. The advice is just to keep the cover price realistic, comparable to similar paid publications. Don't stick 100 pounds on a thin newsletter.
Makes sense. Signal value to encourage people to pay attention. Okay, moving on. How about helping customers see your product in a new light? Idea 32. Show them how they could use it.
Now, this isn't just showing someone using your product. It's about showing them using it in a new way, maybe for a different occasion.
Okay, expanding the possibilities.
Exactly. Opening up new markets or reasons to buy. The example Blythe gives is Roundtree's chocolate mints, like After Eights, back in post-war Britain.
The after-dinner mints.
Right. But back then, in the 50s, 60s, having dinner parties at home wasn't really a huge thing for everyone.
Okay.
So Roundtree's didn't just sell the mints. They essentially created the occasion for them through their advertising. They positioned them as the thing to serve after dinner when you have guests.
So they sold the sophistication, the ritual, almost, not just the chocolate.
Precisely. They showed people how to host, how to use the mints to make an evening feel a bit special. Blythe says you need to think about both the product and the occasion. Be innovative.
And really clearly communicate that new use case in your ads. Show, don't just tell.
Exactly. Show people the possibility, the new context. It can really unlock hidden potential.
Fascinating. Okay, now for something maybe a little controversial again. Idea 46. Discourage the undesirables.
Yeah, this one challenges the idea that you want every single customer you can possibly get.
Right, because not all customers are created equal, are they? Some cost more to serve than they're worth.
Exactly. Blythe makes that point very clearly. Some customers might be hyper-focused only on price, some might need tons of support, some just might not be the right fit for what you actually offer. They're not your profitable target market.
So how do you put them off without being rude or actually turning business away?
It's about subtly tailoring your marketing message or even the product features themselves so they appeal less to those undesirable segments while still strongly attracting your ideal customers.
Okay, like how?
Well, the example he uses is budget airlines. They shout about the super low base fare, right?
Yeah.
But then they charge extra for bags, for seat selection, for drinks, everything. That whole model naturally discourages people who want an all-inclusive premium service experience.
I see. So the pricing structure itself acts as a filter.
It does. It encourages self-selection. Blythe's advice is, first, figure out what characterizes those customers you'd rather avoid. Then, test your ads carefully. See how they land with your target and the group you want to deter.
Crucially, making sure you don't accidentally put off the good customers.
That's the absolute key. It's a fine balance. You want to repel one group without alienating the other.
Tricky, but potentially very valuable. Okay, last one for this dive, idea 51. Give people something that helps you to communicate.
This is a really neat one. It's about making your promotional item do double duty. It's something the customer wants, but it also includes a way for you to talk to them.
Okay, embedding the communication? Like how?
The example he gives, which is quite dated now but illustrates the principle, is Motorola offering free pagers back when pagers were cool.
Right, okay. Free pagers.
Well, customers paid a small subscription fee, but the pager itself was often free or heavily subsidized. People wanted them, they were useful gadgets.
Uh-huh.
But the clever bit, Motorola could also broadcast their own messages, promotions, company news directly onto those pagers.
Ah, so the customer gets a gadget they want and Motorola gets a direct line to them.
Exactly. A win-win. And potentially self-funding too if the subscription covered the cost.
Clever.
And Blythe points out it doesn't have to be electronic. A really well-done free magazine that people actually value and read could work the same way. It keeps your brand, your message, literally in their hands.
As long as it provides genuine value to the customer.
That's the key. Something useful or desirable that also happens to carry your message.
Well, that's quite a tour through some really inventive ideas from Jim Blythe's book. It certainly shows there's more to marketing than just the obvious stuff.
Absolutely. It's a great reminder of how creative thinking and really understanding what makes people tick can lead to some surprisingly effective strategies. Even old examples have lessons for today.
And what strikes me is how adaptable many of these core concepts are. The specifics might change with technology or culture, but the underlying psychology.
Often stays the same. Teasing curiosity, leveraging reciprocity, creating perceived value, showing new uses. These are pretty timeless principles.
So hopefully listeners can take these ideas, maybe twist them, adapt them to their own situations, their own businesses.
Definitely. Which of these maybe sparked something for you? Which one felt like it might address a challenge you're facing right now or open up a new opportunity?
Yeah, good questions. And maybe a final thought to leave everyone with.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen how these established companies broke the mold a bit, used unconventional tactics.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about your market, your customers, what seemingly unconventional approach, maybe something you dismissed before, could actually give you that surprising edge.
Something to really mull over. Until next time.